Before she became an autism advocate and mom of 4, Sheletta Brundage was an Emmy Award-winning comedian. Need something to put a smile in your face? Laughing with Letta is sure to tickle your funny bone. Check it out, but pee first and make sure you ain't drinking nothing when Sheletta's on a roll. That way you won't have anything to clean up when the podcast is over.
Hey, it's Sheletta Brundage, host of Laughing with Letta. Now listen, let me tell you, Minneapolis holds a special place in entrepreneur and designer Houston White's heart. It's where he got his start. So whether it's launching the Get Down Coffee Company or his brand new Houston White for Target collection, Houston takes immense pride in giving back and inspiring those around him. Watch Houston discuss turning passion into reality and the importance of lifting the community up on Target's exciting new content series, Black Beyond, now playing on youtube.com/Target. And, when we talk about lifting up the community and doing something to help those in need, especially children in underserved communities, I think about people serving people. When I first moved to Minnesota in 2004, oh my God, it's been that long, honey. The first place that folks told me where I could go and volunteer, because it was very important for me to get somewhere, sign up and volunteer to help the community, was people serving people. They said, get on over there, talk to somebody. They've got a bunch of programs where you can sign up to make a difference. And so Sean and I were not even married at the time. We didn't have any kids, but we have always had a heart for children. And People Serving People had a wonderful after-school mentoring program in the projects. I grew up in the projects. So this was great for me, where they took the community center right there at the projects where the kids lived. And we could go and we would get a table and we would wait for the kids to come. And we were not just mentors. We were their friends. They looked up to us. They brought us their test scores. They wanted to make sure to make us proud. They might not have listened to their mom and daddy, but I tell you what, they listened to us. They listened to me. They listened to Sean. They would come to us and tell us things that they wouldn't even tell their friends. And we did that for many years, even after I got pregnant and had Andrew. And I remember one week we were on vacation. And I told Sean, I said, we're going to take a break from going to People Serving People, because this is our vacation. We had a staycation. We got a brand new baby. I'm tired. We got to get a sitter. I just want to stay at home on this Thursday night. And Sean was like, no, we made a commitment and we're going. And so as we were getting dressed, I remember this like it was yesterday. We're on vacation. Sean was putting on a suit and tie. His cufflinks. He was shining his shoes. I'm like, boy, what are you doing? I got on a moo-moo. Okay, we are off today. We do not have to get dressed, because typically we be coming straight from work, because we wanted to beat the traffic, get over there, get us some dinner, and then get over there to help the kids, because we wanted to be focused. We didn't want to be in there hungry or trying to leave a snack on something. We wanted to give those children our undivided attention. So we would leave from work and go straight over there to People Serving People. And Sean was suiting up. I mean, like, he was getting ready to go to work. He was shaving his head and everything. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he said, I need you to realize that these young Black boys, I may be the only Black man that they see all week in a suit and tie. I need them to see what's possible. I need them to see what opportunities are available. So whenever I go to serve them, and he felt like it was really serving. He wasn't going over there to help with homework. He was going over there to serve. He said, whenever I'm serving them, I need to look my best. I need to smell my best. I need to be seen as the best. So these young men can have something to look up to. And that changed my whole perspective. I went and started getting dressed and started putting my clothes on and putting my perfume on and wiped the crust out of my eyes. Honey, I was like, oh no, I get it now. I'm not just over here helping these little girls with homework. I may be the only professional woman of color that these young ladies see all week, besides a teacher. And that teacher, more than likely, is not a Black woman. So I took that responsibility a lot more seriously after that day. And there's a day coming up. There's several days coming up where you can get out into the community and help organizations like People Serving People. It's the Xcel Energy Day of Service project. It happens September 8th through the 11th. There are dozens, almost 100 opportunities for you to volunteer. So whether you are good with a hammer or you have a house full of kids, there is a place where you can go, get signed up, and volunteer, whether it is 1 hour and one day or you go every day for several hours. It is an opportunity for you to do your part to help those in need. So if you're watching this show on YouTube, you can scan the QR code that is up right now. Or if you are listening on Apple, Stitcher, Google, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast, go to xcelenergies.com/DOS info to get more information. And there's like I said, there's dozens of opportunities at so many different community organizations in and throughout the Twin Cities. But since People Serving People is close to my heart, honey, I had to invite Rinal Ray on Laughing with Letta. She is the CEO of People Serving People. Rinal, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we have to talk about People Serving People because for such a long time, this organization has done so much work in the community. Talk to me about some of the services and programs that People Serving People offers to folks in underserved communities.
I would be happy to do that. So this is actually People Serving People's 40th year. We've been around for 40 years in Minneapolis, serving. At first, it was single men in Minneapolis and supporting the recovery. And then it's been families for the better part of our 40 years. So we work with families experiencing homelessness. Mm-hmm. So that's a parent, a caregiver, and a child or a person who's pregnant. Yeah. And we provide shelter and 3 meals a day to our families. Last night, there were close to 300 people in shelter with us. And that means there are about 200 children in our community that were in shelter with us that are experiencing homelessness. It's our privilege to support these families. And we do that in the best ways we know how, including providing wraparound services and supports. We got a nursery and early childhood education, that K-12 program, Sheletta, that you volunteered in. Thank you so much for supporting our young ones. In addition to the educational supports we've got advocates that work with our families one-on-one to support them around their needs, be that employment, housing, education, childcare searches, whatever a family's goals are. Our staff is here to support them in those goals so that they can get to a more stable place. In addition to the work that we do in our building, we also have an early education center called the Center of Excellence, which is a wraparound program that enrolls the whole family. That's kind of who we are. We work with the whole family because we know when a whole family is taken care of, that family will be stronger and they will be able to move towards thriving. In addition to the work that we do when families are in that moment of crisis, we're also working really hard to prevent family homelessness. So we're doing that through some prevention programs that offer flexible resources and working on changing systems that lead to this experience in the first place.
I just can't thank you enough for the work that you do. And I remember when we were volunteering and we were there, there were so many activities where it wasn't just us and those kids. We went on field trips. You got the parents involved, like you were saying. Talk to me about the importance of helping the whole family.
Yeah, so there's a lot of spaces that are set up just for the care of children or just for the care of adults. We recognize that our young ones come with their caregivers and our caregivers come with their young ones. And so we need to figure out how we set up our spaces and our programs and our opportunities that care for that whole family, that provide everybody with safety and stability and opportunities to keep growing and developing and allow for that family to come together as a cohesive unit. Our computer lab is both a computer lab, and there is a space for children to be engaged and continue developing as well. So that's kind of how we think about working with the whole family.
Now, we've got this day of service coming up. You're one of the dozens of community organizations that Xcel Energy is partnering with. And, we are looking for people to come in and help out and volunteer and make a difference. It's a 4-day event. You don't have to be there all 4 days. You can pick one day that works with your schedule and your family, and however many hours that you can volunteer. They've made it easy to sign up at xcelenergy.com/DOS info. And when we start talking about people serving people, Rinal, and folks are looking to sign up, what type of help do you need?
The kind of help that we need right now in particular is work around meal service. Over the last 2.5 years, we've shifted from having a great, big, wonderful dining hall to serving meals to families in their rooms.
Yeah.
Just to be COVID safe. So we still need some volunteers for meal service. We're starting to transition back into congregate dining, and we're going to need volunteers for that as well. We need volunteers to help in our education program, Sheletta, like you have. We need volunteers to help beautify our building and keep our spaces clean and bright. We're going to need volunteers around Halloween, around Thanksgiving, around the holidays later this year. So there's plenty of different opportunities for either somebody as an individual or in a family or in a work setting to come in and pitch in and contribute to our families. We know that our staff does a whole lot, but we can't do the work we do without the support of our community, without the support of folks at Xcel who've been engaging with us for a very long time now and have contributed so much to our families over the years.
Now, what does it mean to have Xcel put you on their list of community organizations that need volunteers for Day of Service? What does this particular event mean to you? How will this impact people serving people?
Yeah, so Xcel is going to be putting together hygiene kits and dental kits, about 200 total. So what this means is that we'll be able to provide families with things like personal care items like shampoo and conditioner and body wash and soap and lotion and deodorant and comb and a brush, and then dental care items like toothbrushes, floss, mouthwash. And what this means is that people can have an experience that is dignified. They can feel good about themselves and their appearance. And what is that saying? Look good, feel good, do good, right?
Yeah.
Like this is very basic. But it is so important for our grown-ups and our kids who are starting school this week. They want to go to school looking fresh and feeling good about themselves so they're ready and can focus on learning. That's what it means for us.
I am so glad that Xcel Energy is such good community partners putting on this Day of Service project September 8th through 11th, because a lot of people are saying, Sheletta, I see you doing a lot of work in the community. I see you volunteering. How can I help? And a lot of times, I'll send them over to, People Serving People, Power of People Leadership Institute. But, they may want to do something else. They may want to build. They may want to, do some artwork. They may want to do something different than what I do. And so what this Xcel Energy Day of Service project does is it gives families and people an opportunity to go select the service project that they would be most interested in. It's easy to sign up. You don't have to do a lot of searching. Everything is right there at the click of a button. So if you're watching this on YouTube, that QR code is right there on the screen. You can click and scan that. or if you're listening on your podcast through your earbuds on Apple, Stitcher, Google, Spotify, or Odyssey, go to xcelenergy.com/DOS info. Make sure you share this information with your friends because, this is the thing, Rinal. We want people to sign up this time, but we want this to be more of a long-term commitment. This is just a jumping off point. This is just the introduction. You'll need these folks for this day of service, but you'll also need them long-term, right?
That's right. Yeah. And Xcel has been one of our longer term partners. And I think maybe people have the experience kind of like you have had where, you're new to town or you volunteer with a work group, or somebody in your family takes you, but then you get to see the impact that you as an individual or you as your team have, and you want to keep coming back. You want to keep working with folks in our community. And that's what we love. And that's what Xcel's history has been with us. We've had Xcel teams come through and serve meals back when we were doing congregate dining. Individuals have come in their families to do COVID meal delivery, which has been amazing. And then for the last few years, we've been so fortunate to be one of their annual day of service beneficiaries. And that means so much to us. And in addition to the ways that Xcel team members and families and retirees support people serving people in our families, they've also supported us with financial donations that directly support our employment assistance program. And that allows folks in shelter who are looking for employment to work with our advocates on their resumes, on job searches, on interview preparation, on making sure that they're dressed in the ways that will make them feel confident walking into an interview. And all of the ways that we've been supported by Xcel in the last few years has been really meaningful for us. And there's so many individuals and families that have an opportunity to do that and kind of ripple out the impact and the benefit for our families.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on Laughing with Letta, for letting folks know about the amazing things that you are doing at People Serving People. You and your team are amazing to watch the lives that are being transformed. Those kids that we were mentoring, they're adults now.
Yes, they
And
are.
they remember Sean getting all dressed up. They remember the shiny shoes and the cufflinks and talking to him about how much money he makes and what he did and how he got there. And, the girls, remember me. And, they remember the time that we spent together. And, I didn't realize that it would be of such great value and have such an impact. So thank you for allowing us and our family to help those families in need. We've been chatting with Rinal Ray. She is the CEO of People Serving People. And y'all make sure to get out to the Xcel Energy Day of Service coming up this week through the weekend. You do not want to miss it. Volunteer 1 hour, volunteer 100 hours. Make a difference to someone in need. Rinal, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And thank y'all for hanging out with your girl. Now, listen, I am going to be live broadcasting my radio show. In addition to this podcast, y'all know I'm a radio host in WCCO. So on Saturday, I am going to be broadcasting live. I'll have my friends with Xcel Energy there, and you all do not want to miss that. It is at Open Streets in Minneapolis. If you are in the Twin Cities, come by. I'll have the information on my website, ShelettaMakesMeLaugh.com. Click on events, get the directions and all the information. I will see y'all there. Until then, keep on laughing.
That girl is crazy in a good way. To check out previous episodes, log on to her website, ShelettaMakesMeLaugh.com. You can also check out where she's appearing next and score cool merch.
Y'all know how important helping the community is to me, and let's be honest, our communities need us right now. All of us. People are always asking me, Sheletta, how can I make a difference? Well, I have the answer. Xcel Energy is putting on its annual day of service, and you can take part. It's happening Thursday, September 8th through Sunday, September 11th. There will be nearly 80 nonprofit projects where you can volunteer to pack meals for folks in need, put together school supply kits, and more. Join thousands of your neighbors along with Xcel Energy employees. You can even get your kids involved. It's a meaningful opportunity for your entire family to make a difference. To learn more about Xcel Energy's Day of Service project, go to their website at www.xcelenergy.com/DOSinfo. Do your part to give back to the places where we all live and work.
Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Now qualifying customers can get Xfinity Internet free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's right, free high-speed internet from Xfinity. And Internet Essentials customers can get equipment included at no extra cost. Get started today.
At Hy-Vee, we take pride of being part of the communities we serve. In 2021, we donated more than 14 million meals, and this year, we're committed to doing even more. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. That's why we're loading our semis full of food this week and making deliveries across the Midwest to help families this Easter. To join our effort, simply donate when you're at the checkout. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
All right, did you know I was the Mommy Slam Dunk Champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake a mom. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.
When my daughter was first diagnosed with autism, I didn't know what to do because I knew she qualified for services and resources for people with disabilities. But trying to figure out how to manage everything was overwhelming. So I turned to the folks at Accra Home Care for help because for 30 years, they've helped families like mine and provided self-guided personal care assistance services and financial management assistance for their developmentally delayed and elderly loved ones. The folks at Accra helped us get a fence so my daughter could play outside in the backyard safely and even showed me how to use the resources to get a trampoline. And that's just a couple of the things that Accra Home Care does. Whether it's assisted living, mental health, or home health care, they've got you covered. Accra will make sure your loved ones who need services actually get it. Go to their website at acrahomecare.org or give them a call at 952-935-3515.